Hi, thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I just rolled out of my car. It's bright and early. It's about 6:15. I plan to hike up to first Gem Lakes and then do the last little bit up to cross country to Treasure Lakes. And this isn't the Treasure Lakes over off Bishop Pass. This is the Treasure Lakes in the Little Lakes Valley. One thing you need to look at my backcountry lakes and creeks playlist and hiking list is there are several treasure lakes, there are several long lakes, there's multiple blue lakes, there's a few heart lakes, so you always want to read and make sure you're looking at the right one that you think you're looking at. So my goal here is I read that there's golden trout in Treasure Lakes number 3 and 4. And that's what my ultimate goal is today. I had 2 whole Portuguese sausages linguiça last night for dinner with a couple of bagels, 6 packs of instant oatmeal for breakfast. So I have this nuclear ball of energy in me ready to go. And that should get me in to the 4.5 or 5 miles it is to get up to Treasure Lakes. Before it starts getting warm, I'm going to start hiking. My goal was to start hiking early so I could just power up there. It rained last night pretty good, and there's a chance of rain today. And unfortunately, my poncho is at home where it does me no good here. I was looking around when I was getting ready to go, and I couldn't find it. And I thought it had to be in my car, and I was just tired after work. I threw my stuff in my car, and I got here, and I don't got it. But I do have a lot of extra clothes in that black bag, and my hardcore last chance clothes are wrapped in plastic. So I should be okay. You know, it's not that cold at night. If I get hurt and have to spend the night, I have enough in my pack to do it. So let's go and start hiking. So like a lot of trailheads, this says the Little Lakes Valley Trailhead, but I'm at the Mosquito Flat Trailhead. Down the road, it's the Hilton Creek Trailhead, but it's the Hilton Lakes Trailhead on the sign, so I don't know. So I'm going into the Little Lakes Valley, and we're heading into the John Muir Wilderness. And this is a really scenic trail, and right off the bat we're gonna get some good stuff. As I said, I'm entering the John Muir Wilderness, and that rain really seemed to bring the temps down. It's cold. I almost wish I had gloves right now on, but this is exactly what I was hoping for. I want to just power in. I drank a bunch of water already, so I got a good base of water in me, and I got plenty of water, so I'm not gonna have to stop and filter. My goal is just to hard charge it in and get some fishing done. There's not a lot of huge elevation gain on this trail, at least for the first couple miles I've done it up to Long Lake. I have that hike on my hiking backpacking playlist, and the fishing's on my backcountry lakes and creeks playlist. But this first half mile is kind of straight uphill. So here's the split to Mono Pass. We're sticking to the Little Lakes Valley and going towards what's called Morgan Pass. And Ruby Lake is up there. I have that on my channel playlist, the hike and the fishing. And I want to go back up there. There's a lake up there that I read there's some golden trout in. But for now, we're sticking to the Little Lakes Valley. And one thing I like about a valley is there's usually not as much uphill as there is when you're trying to cross a pass. And one thing that's cool about the Little Lakes Valley is you got instant scenery. I mean, I'm half-mile in, and there's already this killer view, and then within the first 2 miles, you're looking at a few pretty large lakes. And I'm dipping into a nice flatter section. So there's a nice lake. And you can see all the brookies are just rising like crazy. There's brookies and rainbows and some browns in a lot of these lakes. And I usually just catch brookies and rainbows when I fish them. So here's a little tidbit for you. I keep my phone in a gallon Ziploc bag so it can't get wet. But I also like to be able to check the time. Because before I hike into the woods, I send my brother an email to send to the Mono County Sheriff, Inyo County Sheriff, wherever I'm going to be going. So if I don't contact him by early Wednesday morning, he'll send that email to the sheriffs, tell them I'm overdue. And in the email I tell what my car looks like, what trailhead they could probably find it at, so that they don't waste their time looking for me somewhere that I'm not. And I'll tell them, you know, I'm around the back of a lake fishing most likely. And then I also have a whistle in my pack. So if I bust my leg or something really bad in the back of a lake, and there's people looking for me, or I can hear people in the distance, I can blow my whistle and help them zero in on me and make it easy. People get lost all the time, even on day hikes. People go on short day hikes and all of a sudden it turns into an epic survival story. I don't want that to happen. And if my phone gets wet and won't work, I don't want to not be able to make the deadline to contact my brother. If everything's closed when I get out of here and I'm unable to call him, and then he deploys helicopters and people and wastes everybody's time and everybody's money. It's another cool snapshot. Nice lake over there. I believe that's the back of Heart Lake. But it's really, this Little Lakes Valley is very scenic. It's heavily used. A lot of people come here. And here's a cool little stream. And I love these footbridges, especially when these creeks are high. And then there's a nice morning on the lake. And I can see somebody's fishing over there by where the inlet comes in. And they got their spot bright and early. Hope they're catching some fish. These flowers are on their way out, but they still got a little vibrant color left in them. They still got a little kick. There's some of their fiery orange counterparts. One of these days, I'm going to read some kind of a book or something. so I can give you more than, look at the purple flowers, look at the oranges. I don't know what they are. They're flowers. I go fishing. I don't go flower viewing. So I can still appreciate pretty colors when I see them, though. And here's beautiful Box Lake. So I'm gaining some altitude and then I'm dropping down a little bit. So it's hard to say what my net gain is. I ain't got no altimeter. The only one I got's in my head, and that one's faulty. I love the way so much of this trail into Little Lakes Valley has either lakes or creeks next to it. And there's just something about water flowing that really is soothing to the soul. And here we are at Long Lake. There's some really interesting mineral composition up there that puts these bands in, so whenever the lava cooled, when that was still all underground, that's just how it formed out. Way before this was exposed, way before glaciation, way before years of weathering, that thing was forming underground. And now we get to see the beautiful effects of everything in deep geologic time. Seeing a lot of nice little brookies and little rainbows in here. And I have a clip for this lake, Long Lake, on my Backcountry Lakes and Creeks playlist. I can't remember what I caught, but I pretty much seen what's in here. There's a lot of fish, though. Just cruising the shore. There's just another beautiful view towards the back of Long Lake and the beautiful mountains above it. Just unbelievable scenery. I've officially had to stop and strip off all my layers, man. I'm burning some serious calories. I'm not sure. I think I'm producing some BTUs off my body because I'm just charging this. I'm starting to head back up. So once you pass Long Lake, you're gonna hit this grade. This is officially farther than I've gone on this trail before. That's a pretty good climb. It is steep, but it's flat. So you're not stepping up over big rocks and steps and stuff, which makes it easy. I can just drag my feet if I have to. I'm certainly gasping for air. There's a pack station right down at the bottom before you hit that final road up to the trailhead. And you can tell because there's a lot of horse crap. But if you're getting along in years or you got bad knees, you know, and you can't do this sort of thing usually, riding a horse probably isn't a bad idea if you still want to come up and enjoy these places, because this takes a little bit of physical ability to get up here. It's not crazy, but it's not a cakewalk. So, you know, there's pack stations all up and down the Sierra. I know there's one at Horseshoe Meadow, there's one for Hilton Lakes, there's one for this Little Lakes Valley, and it's an option. And I'm not there yet, but I might be there someday. So here I'm at a junction for Chickenfoot Lake, which is, there's a sign for it, it's right up there. But I'm not going to Chickenfoot Lake. I'm going a little bit farther. Once you get past that Chickenfoot Lake sign, more uphill. I'm getting closer and closer to crazy mountains. So I'm assuming these gem lakes can't be too much farther. I think getting to gem lakes might be a shade less than 4 miles. I don't have GPS. I wasn't even solidly sure I was coming here until about 48 hours ago. So the research was a little skimpy. So I figure I did the hard part of the hike. If anyone wants to know the exact mileage, I think they could do it from a search on their computer. We're getting up there. Ooh. Yeah. That is as rugged as it gets, right? Sometimes when I've been hiking for a while, I get like a little thing in my head, like a rhythm or a little song that helps me power. Right now, it's the Wizard of Oz with those flying monkeys. Oh, oh, oh. Dun, 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 dun. Saw little brookies in this, or little trout. I think they're probably brookies. They seem to dominate the creeks. Look at that brand new sign. Looks like something I'd fire out my high school woodworking class. Morgan Pass that way, Gem Lakes that way. At this point in the morning, I want nothing to do with any kind of pass. So I'll be going right. Thank you very much. Look how cool this looks. Big Sound, Little Creek. There's little brookies swimming around in there. I can see their little orange stomachs. Can definitely catch fish in here. I mean, they're not big, but if it's all you had, I'd be fishing all day in this creek. So here's the big Gem Lake. And I'm gonna end this hiking clip here because I don't know if I'm gonna make it up to Treasure Lakes. I gotta see if I can find a route at the back of the lake to get up there. If I can't get there safely, I ain't going. But look at that deep emerald blue color. I know emeralds are green. Topaz blue? I don't know. It's a gem. But that's beautiful, right? Look at that. They don't call it Gem Lakes for nothing. So I got here in about 2 hours. And light pack, hard charging, wasn't too bad. And I guess I'm gonna try to go to Treasure Lake, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm gonna go look around and investigate. So if there ain't no Treasure Lake clip, then I didn't make it. But I'm gonna try. So I hope you enjoyed the hike to beautiful Gem Lakes. It looks like a great place to camp and backpack or just day hike and fish. So thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.